Hey guys, what's up? How's it going? Today we're going to be learning how to draw the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle head. The head, just kind of, not even the shoulders. No shoulders, because it's just turtle, round, round shoulders. I don't want to do the shoulders for the turtles. It's just going to be the head. And it's going to be from the 90s cartoon show. If anybody watched it other than me, let me know. Shoot me a comment, say what up, because I want to know who's as old as I am, guys. This is early 90s stuff. And this is the cartoon that I grew up with. This is a cartoon that made me really interested in anything, have to do with animation, because I saw the movie because of it, and then I loved all these fantasy movies after that because of it. So this really hits to the core of my childhood. And I didn't draw it when I was a kid either. I didn't draw when I was a kid, ever. I started drawing when I was 18. So I'd kind of, that's all been gone. So now that I get to draw these things I grew up with, it's very liberating. It's like wow, I would have been drawing this as a kid, but I'm not. Now I'm drawing it and I'm 29. So anyways, stay tuned after the intro and I'll work with you. All right, what's up, guys? Let's get into it. I'm gonna be using a mechanical pencil today. Pretty much is what it is. I'm gonna be doing mostly line art, so I want to keep it sharp. Excuse me. Usually when I do line art, I want to use a mechanical pencil because this is just my opinion. I like using it because I never have to sharpen it. I'm gonna be doing a line, so granted there will be some line variation, especially in something as cartoony as a Ninja Turtle. But I'm gonna start with a circle. Don't know if you can see that. I hope you can see that. I'm going to keep a kneaded eraser by me. I got like 3 erasers next to me now because I know if you've been watching my channel for a little bit, I have a habit of just forgetting to even have an eraser around me. So, circle there. Whoops, let me move this out of the way. Alright. And their front snout, basically, pretty much on all of them, on most of their designs, they pretty much have... And it's weird, too, because I'm doing more of the cartoon design. The design in the older comics, they had more of these angular, square, kind of hamburger faces, like way out in the old comics, I think from, the 80s, I believe, when Bob Eastman was doing it. He created it. But now, I was thinking of the ones from the cartoon, like early 90s. They have more of a rounder, friendlier kind of look to them. And actually, I'm just gonna do a circle snout on the front like this, just to kind of get it in there first. I'm not even gonna go into the line yet. I was about to, but now I'm like, nah. Circle snout, circle for the entire head. I'm gonna draw just a straight line across for the mask, but I'm gonna draw through the form here. See, I'm drawing through that circle. Everything is generally light because I'm gonna go over all that stuff. And trying to figure out where it's going to end over here. My favorite Ninja Turtle was actually Raphael. Love that guy. Who's your favorite Ninja Turtle? I would love to hear you guys. And I don't know, maybe everybody's too young to really have watched the cartoon of the Ninja Turtle. They did have a movie, right? Like a CG movie that came out like 4 or 5 years ago. I thought that was pretty good too, but it got really bashed on by everybody. But I actually dug it. But I guess now that the Michael Bay film is going to come out, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that does. But if it does do badly, then people are going to have something new to bash, I guess, with Ninja Turtles. I definitely don't like the way in the new trailer. I don't know. Have you guys seen the new trailer, the Ninja Turtles movie by Michael Bay? If you see it, if you haven't watched it, watch it. I'm not even kidding. Pause this, go over and look up Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie trailer, And, the turtles look so creepy. I don't know, I think. There's a shot where Michelangelo takes off his mask at the very end of the trailer, and I'm like, what is that? Why are they so creepy looking? They got like a snout. Okay, so let me go into it now. I'm not going to go to the actual... Well, I'm going to put a little placement for the eyeballs here. See that? It's already kind of starting to look like a turtle, and that's really just the underlay. So, let's go into the eyes first, alright? As I always do with everything. I'm going over the lines a couple of times, you'll see, because that's the drawback part of the mechanical pencil is the lines are so thin, so I go over it a couple of times. Go over the same line a couple of times. Sometimes for dexterity, that's a good thing to do. You know, just kind of practice doing line weight variation with, let's say, something as thin as this. You know, where the line, like if you were to zoom, well, I'm not gonna do it right now, but if you were to zoom way in here, like these tiny, even these lines, they just look straight out flat. I'll even put a little variation in that. You know, it'll get all thick toward the bottom of the eye. And actually, I'm gonna make a video on that. I'm really gonna decide that. I want to do a line weight variation video or a line weight, like a line drawing video, like just the stuff on drawing lines, like how you draw them, or at least how I draw them. You know, because different guys do different things. I'm gonna draw a pupil of his eye here. Just gonna fill that in, basically black. Overlapping over here. You know, his eye, trying to put some stuff in there to make it look a little more sunk into the actual mask. Alright, I'm going to make this eye purposely a little bit smaller to kind of give it some variation on maybe his look or his appearance. You know, maybe his expression. I don't want to make it identical. I should, right? But I don't want to. I want to give him a little bit of character. If, like, you know, even if it's just a simple, straight up look, I want to give him a little bit of character. Here's a quick tip, okay? And this is, again, just something I do. It doesn't mean everybody should do it or it's the right way or whatever. Usually, if a cartoon character is looking off in this direction, off in this direction, if he's looking that way, and his eyes are looking more toward your direction, you know, he's looking the opposite direction, I'll draw one eye, the iris or the pupil. I'll draw the ball, iris pupil, together. I'll draw on one eye, I'll draw the whole thing, and then on the other eye, I'll try to hide it behind the eye that's furthest away. See how I'm only drawing half of it there? It's just something I do, and I feel like it makes it look better sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't, but, you know, that's just something I do. It's a quick little, like, quick tip, you know? Quick tip. Alright, so that's the mask right there. The mask, their kind of brow kind of shapes the top portion of the mask, you know? So I have that part sticking out. And then it continues on. I'm not going to do for this eye as much. I'm going to do a little bit. Damn, dude. Okay, that's another part. It keeps breaking. I keep trying to push down hard. See? I'm going to show it, but not as much. This brow protrusion is much bigger than the one on the left. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the big snout part of the front. Kind of move around a little bit. Big defining feature here. Basically, it's a bump. It's a hill. It's a hill. That's all it is. A hill on his face. And that's kind of cool, right? Because we get it's like a lot less work. You know, I guess they did it for animation purposes, you know. They're easier to animate. You know, and a side note, I'm going to go on not like a rant, but I'm going to talk a little bit about the Michael Bay Ninja Turtle design. And like I said, if you haven't seen it, go look at the trailer or even just a picture. They got these bizarre kind of nostril things going on. And I understand why they did that, because they want to make it look a little more real, you know, more like, I guess, actual turtles or something. I don't know. But I understand the decision making on that. They got to make them look a little different, because I remember trying to draw these Ninja Turtles angry at some point. Like really angry, and it's kind of hard when you can't really, I don't know, usually when I draw people angry, I manipulate their nose, their nostrils, and kind of that area in the middle. And it's a lot harder to make these guys look mad, at least for me, you know. I know they did that in the comic a lot, but they had a little bit. It was just it looked bizarre to me when they got angry. It looked creepy, so I understand why they need a nose to show more expression. Dude, dude, I'm breaking this so much, but I'm not gonna edit any of that out because I want to keep everything real. This isn't fake. This is totally real, guys. Also, I'm putting on a little bit folds, you know, because the fold, obviously, when he's tying a band around his head, there's going to be some scrunching up of the material, you know, and that's easy to do too. It's just one hill over the other hill over the other hill. I don't want my computer to go into sleep mode yet. Alrighty. And top of his skull over here. I know what you're thinking, guys. You're thinking I should have used the other pencil. I wouldn't have to be doing this. But I also want to do this to show you that what the kind of versatility you can do with a mechanical pencil, you know. That it's really the artist, you know. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like the tool helps for sure, you know. But you know, the like 90% of it's you, or most of it's really you, you know. The tool is just like an emphasis, or what do you call that? Like that last 10% maybe. Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of examples that would prove me wrong on that, but let's just say that for conversation right now. I'm drawing the Okay, there you go again. Drawing the underside. Oh man. Okay. Drawing the underside. I'm gonna stick with his pencil to prove a point. The underside is just the opposite of that. It's a little bit bigger because his mouth is going to be opening. Sorry about that. I got to block his face for a little bit. I want to pull that line, and it's more natural for me to pull that line the other way than this way. Mouth is opening. Again, everything is just curves on these guys. Everything is curves. Let's give him a tongue. So my favorite Ninja Turtle is Raphael. Let's just say this is Raphael. The next video I'm going to draw the body. Not to this exact head, but I'm going to draw turtle body. And that one I'm going to have to identify probably who it is for the most part, because, you know, the weapons. Alright, I forgot. Tying the cloth. Ties in the back here. And again, that's just a series of little curves, almost like little clouds. You know, if you've ever seen, honestly, if you've ever seen anything tied, you know what I mean? It's going to be real easy to just simplify that down into doodly shapes. You know what? I'm going to say this right now. I shouldn't have done this in a mechanical pencil. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. It would have been a lot easier. But I'm proving a point. I'm going to stay in this. I'm not going to do this again. I'm going to prove a point. This, you can do this in mechanical pencil. So now you know. Now you know. Alright. It's just that the certain strokes I'm doing, like for line art, they are, it's not a little intricate robot like I like doing sometimes. This thing is a big, flat, cartoony turtle. And that, there are, you know, I should have used a larger edge for that. I'm using my kneaded eraser right now. By the way, if I love the kneaded eraser. I never really talk about the eraser in general, but I would recommend the kneaded eraser because you can kind of mesh it and mold it into any shape you want. I can't imagine using a regular I mean, one of these is all right, you know. This isn't bad. They get dirty a lot. I don't know, and they kind of sometimes they have marks that go right back into the paper. You know, that makes me mad. And these two do too. Actually, if you erase enough with these kneaded erasers, these gooey things, they'll start looking black. You know, they'll start looking like all dirty and stuff, or whatever they kind of from all the pencil marks they pick up, and they'll start shooting it right back into the paper. When you rub it, it'll be like, oh man, it's in the paper again, and those are harder to get out. But I definitely recommend the kneaded eraser. And then there's also the gum eraser. If anybody uses the gum eraser, let me know, because I have never ever used this. This came in a pack, and I think these things suck personally. This is a gum eraser, right? I think it is. I'm not sure. I think gum eraser might. It looks just like that. I'm not sure if that's a gum eraser or not. All right, guys, that's about it. That's a turtle head. Turtle head. Woo! Real easy, very simple, very easy to commit to memory as well. If you guys want to, you know, maybe practice your memorization, very easy to memorize that. I would practice on this shape. It's cool. You can draw it on bathroom walls. You can do whatever you want, you know. Anywho, if you want to see the turtle body video, I haven't made it yet, but when I do, the link will be right here in this area somewhere. Anywho, I'll see you guys later, and good luck. Subscribe and like the video. I appreciate you guys watching. Later.